Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Nemesis Gaming League, where the grind continues. We're back for our Week 8 Saturday Night Rocket League. Unfortunately, we only got 2 matches for you here tonight. However, both of them are hopefully going to be heaters. Our first matchup is going to be in the Prospect League, Bandits versus the Vipers. Your boy Psychonautic in the booth, ready to bring you some of that sweet play-by-play action here tonight. And I'm joined by my Season 4 co-caster, best duo, maniac, GM of Fruit Ninja Squirrel. How you doing, man?
Dude, I'm excited. Super excited for this matchup too, because it has some serious playoff implications here. Um, First off, let me just introduce the two teams. Vipers rocking with Hydro, Lore, Blushshade, and Little Debbie. Bandits coming out with Air Sweeney, Frosty, Stack Jam, and I Dug Your Grave. And, these are two pretty good rosters coming out of the Prospect League.
Yeah, I would say it definitely is. Anybody who has been around for a couple of seasons may remember Hydro from Kiwis. I think not last season, but the season before. They almost won the
Mhm.
championship, but ended up dropping in the grand finals, if memory serves correct. But it looks like he's trying to sort of start a comeback here with his team, Lore and Bless Shade. Lore, I've actually played with a couple times. Man's pretty good. Definitely better than me.
Yeah, he's been around for a while, and I remember watching that game, that grand finals game, where the Kiwis just couldn't quite pull it through. It was a heartbreaking loss for all of them, and they've all since moved up from the novice league. So love to see the progress here. But Vipers, Psycho, it's do or die for them essentially. They've got to win this game against the Bandits, who have already clinched a spot in the playoffs. If the Vipers lose here, then essentially next week they have to win out, and everyone else above them pretty much has to lose out in order to make it into the playoffs. So they're right there on the verge of their season almost being over.
Yeah, and that is a really, really tough spot to be in. Been there myself a couple times. Don't envy them in any way, shape, or form. But I mean, I think it's possible. I think they have what it takes to pull it out. They just have to want it bad enough. And maybe they can catch Bandits sleeping. Maybe Bandits aren't worried about it. They've already clinched the playoff spot. So maybe they're just going to be hanging around. But um, I don't know. I'm interested to see it, but we might not even get to see it as we're currently waiting for one of the teams to show up. They got 10 minutes. Um, oh, everybody's in the lobby. Okay, cool. They showed up. That's what I like to hear. Squirrel. Let me get that caster prediction from you. Who do you think's going to take this? You think Viper's got what it takes, or you think Bandit's going to shut them down and knock them out?
Oh, if I was doing it just based off record, I'd go Bandits all the way. But Vipers, you don't mess with a man who's got nothing to lose. They're going all out. I think they're going to take this one 3-1 or 3-2. Bandits, they've already clinched. They might not take this one as serious as they would otherwise.
See if that prediction holds up, or if the Bandits are able to go ahead and give Vipers yet another loss. So Air Sweeney's going to send that one all the way down into Vipers territory. Air Sweeney still sticking with it. Lore missing his touch there, leaving it in front of the net, but I Dug Your Grave doesn't get there fast enough to capitalize on the empty net. Little Debbie sends it all the way out of the Viper zone. Lore coming off the ceiling, sends it down to the mid. Blessed is there. His shot doesn't hit its target, and it gets cleared away by the Bandits. Blessshade sends it back across the midline. Stack Jam sticking with it out of his corner, but Blessshade sends it back into the corner. Blessshade up, but missing his touch as Laura's going to try and help his teammate out. Little Debbie's going to 50 with Air Sweeney there in Bandit's zone. This is looking kind of dangerous as Vipers are starting to pick up a little bit of momentum here, but Stack Jam going to clear it out. Blessshade trying to keep the pressure alive for Vipers. Laura sends it up the back wall. This could be something here as Blessshade puts it down, but Stack Jam going to clear it out. With a minute left here, Air Sweeney, or a minute gone, Air Sweeney going to send that one away. And Squirrel, I got to say, Viper's looking pretty aggressive so far. Bandits, I don't know if they're just sort of warming up or if, what's going on, if they're allowing Vipers to do this.
Yeah, Bandits or Vipers looking really good as they just registered the first shot of the game. Dug your grave with the first save of the game, as this one just being sent back and forward. Both teams playing really solid right now, but I definitely think Vipers have the upper hand.
Little Debbie getting the touch off his backboard and finds the 50 against Doug. Air Sweeney to put one on the net. Lore gonna barely make the save on the goal line. Put it to the side. Bless gets the 50 against Stack Jam. Little Debbie there in the mid gets the touchdown, but Doug sends it all the way into the corner of the Vipers. Air Sweeney sends it out to the mid, looking for a teammate in the mid. Stack Jam's there, gonna put one on. Nobody from Vipers back, and Stack Jam gonna find the open net and the first goal for the Bandits here in game number 1.
Yeah, Laura went for a demo instead of beating the guy to the ball. And because he didn't get the demo, his teammates in such an awkward spot. The ball just splits the defense and rolls right in, and not a way you want to start when your season is on the line.
No, that is certainly not. Now the Bandits up by 1. Vipers, though, plenty of time. Half of the game, in fact, to make up that goal. Air Sweeney getting another heater on the net, but Little Debbie there to make the stop. Stack Jam trying to find the back of the net, bouncing off the post. I dug your grave to Air Sweeney, gonna find it there, and now Bandits are up by 2.
Yeah, just the pressure from Bandits starting to mount as Vipers struggled to get the ball out of their half in that possession, and Bandits looking good, showing why they have clinched a playoff spot already.
Yes, they are. And I am sure that they are not going to be done just yet. Oh, Lore trying to find the cross, but his shot goes wide as the ball gets pinched all the way out of Bandit's zone. Little Debbie trying to get it away. Lore has to make the stop. He does. Bless Shade. A little bit awkward with the ball. Doug going to take it away from him, put it out to the mid for Stack Jam. Stack Jam can't get it through Viper's defense. Doug puts it up. Bless Shade there to put it down. Stack Jam trying to keep the pressure alive for Bandits. Little Debbie going to clear it out of Viper's zone. Air Sweeney with the awkward touch, but he's got time. He sticks with it. Little Debbie trying to get it away from him. Bless Shade off the backboard. Lore going to put a shot on net, but it was slow. Air Sweeney waiting for it. Sent it to the side. Gets it past one in the midfield. Little Debbie sending it all the way back to the mid. Missed by one. Air Sweeney going to put it on his own net.
Little Debbie with a great clear. That's all I can say about that one. A great, good booming clear. Doug can't quite get it. Air Sweeney caught flipping on own goals that one, and that is a big momentum shifter there, as an own goal can be absolutely devastating to the mentality.
Yeah, especially only them being down by 1 now, and Vipers having quite a few looks so far on the net. They just haven't been able to dial in any sort of accuracy, but this could be it right here. No, Air Sweeney got to get that cleared out before any Vipers can get to the ball. The ball bounces out of the corner. Stack Jam gonna leave it. Lore 50s with Doug. Bless gonna leave it for Debbie. Air Sweeney to put it down. Bless Shade trying to get it out. Stack Jam gonna keep it in, but Little Debbie with the big clear out of the Vipers zone. Little Debbie with the oh my goodness, with the dunk to pass it to Lore, who puts it in the back of the net.
Little Debbie doing everything he can to pass that ball. Gets a great dunk, sends it to the middle, and Lore, right place at the right time, shoots that one top left away from the defender, and it is a tied ball game.
Good job from the Vipers. They're able to pull that out, possibly send us here into overtime, or maybe even win here in regulation, as they got another shot there on net. Good defense from the Bandits to keep that out. Air Sweeney out of the corner, up to Doug. Doug's shot going wide. Lore can't get it out. Stack takes it away from him, but Bless going to help him out. Air Sweeney finds it in the midfield. Lore popping it up, but Air Sweeney almost finding an impossible angle, but it's going to hit the post. The ball falls in front of the net. Little Debbie's going to take it out. 10 seconds left on the clock before we move into overtime here. Can Vipers end it in regulation? No, they're not going to be able to. Air Sweeney looking for Stack. Oh my goodness. That just narrowly missed. They were almost able to end it, but we got an overtime in game number 1 here, Squirrel.
Dude, that was almost that was as close as it comes. The ball just barely hitting the ground, the shot just barely off, and that could come back to bite them as Vipers already on the counterattack in this overtime.
We'll see if it does or if the Bandits are able to keep their pressure alive. Oh, Bless Shade and Lore looking for each other, but just barely miss. And Little Debbie gets a touch, gets a bump as well as he rotates out. Doug gets smashed by Little Debbie, trying to put it in front of the net. Air Sweeney keeps it out. Bless trying to get it there. Laura's up for it, but it gets sent high and into the midfield. Little Debbie gets a soft touch. Stack Jam takes it away from him, puts it into Viper's defensive zone. Blesshay gets the flick past Air Sweeney up to Lore in the midfield. Doug gonna put a long ball on Blessshade, able to get in front of it and keep it out of Viper's net. A minute now into this overtime. Nobody able to score yet. Both teams doing a pretty good job here, but if you had to say, Squirrel, who do you think has the upper hand at this point?
Vipers shot comes close by Little Debbie, but I genuinely got to say the Vipers, they're looking solid in OT right now, and that missed shot at the end of the regulation is gonna come back to bite them as Bandits just barely able to keep that one out, and Vipers mounting an absolute offensive onslaught.
Yes, it is Little Debbie with another shot there, but the Bandits are doing everything that they know how to do to keep the ball out, and it is quite amazing. They made 2 back-to-back goal line saves right there, and were able to stay alive as we reach the 2-minute mark of this overtime. Still game number 1. So much intensity from both of these teams. I'm pretty sure this is going to be a long and drawn out battle here tonight. As Lore tries to get it out of the Viper's corner. Bless able to help him out a little bit as they find an awkward passing play, but it's working for him. Lore trying to get it in front. Little Debbie's there to find it, smashes it home, and takes the first win for the Vipers.
Great pass by Lore. Gets the ball off the wall just far enough for Little Debbie to get a shot on net. And Lore and Little Debbie have absolutely combined to take game 1. A great duo effort from those two. What a great showing from Vipers and Bandits as well. Bandits, their defense held on for so long, but the Vipers offense finally cracked through.
Yeah, I fully agree. Bandits with 6 saves. It was some really, really clutch saves that their team made. But Vipers knocking down 11 shots. Little Debbie himself with 5, and I'm pretty sure at least 3 of those came in like that last, minute of overtime where the Vipers were just unrelentlessly pelting balls towards Bandits net. But yeah, that was a great showing from both of these guys, of these sets of guys. I'm thinking game number 2 is going to be just as nail biting, Squirrel.
I mean, I certainly hope so. I'd be completely fine with back-to-back OT games, and if they can trade and take it to Game 5 with 5 games being overtime, in what could be the Vipers' playoff chances on the line, then I love to see it, and it'd make for a great Cinderella story.
Yes, I fully agree. And I'm sure Victory Org people would love to see it, as they had a very touching storyline last season with Venom coming all the way through the play-ins and catching the dub in the grand finals. Sure, they would love some sort of repeat. But we'll see if they're able to do it here as we move into game number 2. They are up by 1 in this best of 5 series, and we'll see if they're able to carry that momentum with them here, or if Bandits are able to switch some things around and tie up the series of 1. The first kickoff goes, it's like in favor of the Bandits. The Stack Jam's going to come off and get a touch off the sidewall. Lore waiting for it. Air Sweeney with the dunk on him. A Little Debbie there to clear it out of the Viper zone. Stack Jam in the midfield sends it to Blessed in the corner. Blessed gets a touch, waiting for it, trying to play patiently here. Fakes out Air Sweeney, but not Doug as he sends it out. Lore out of his own corner, sending it all the way down. Lore finding in Bandit's corner, trying to get it to the mid, finding the cross. Little Debbie's there, but Air Sweeney with some good defense. Lore sending it back to the mid again, and Bless still there. Vipers showing some early aggression here and getting the first goal.
Yeah, a great infield pass there by Lore. Typically at the lower ranks, you see people just banging it off the backboard, but Lore with the 200 IQ play to send that one infield to his teammate for a nice first goal of this game.
And with not even a full minute left from the clock so far, Vipers showing us that they are carrying the momentum from game number 1, and they're not planning on relinquishing any of it. As Lore trying to find the back of the net again, and he does with a soft touch off the wheel, it looked like.
Yeah, Lore with a good touchdown field and maybe a little pre-flip there with the wheel touch to send that one into the net. Lore not wanting to lose this series, puts them up 2 in game number 2.
And then Vipers with the early lead, only up by 2 though, doesn't mean too much, especially with a team like Bandits, who are capable of scoring 2 goals in a matter of seconds. We'll see if Vipers are able to hold strong. Lore with a strong pinch all the way down to Bandits' corner. Air Sweeney gets it past 1, but can't get it past Debbie. Bless almost finding the redirect, but the shot's going to go wide. Lore trying to take it off the top of the Bandits' defense, but Sweeney going to block it out. Sweeney gets it out of Bandit zone. Little Debbie pops it up. Lore awkward for the ball, taking out Stack Jam. Air Sweeney putting it off the back on for the double, but it's going to pinch out. Little Debbie trying to get it out, but Doug pinches it off of him. Air Sweeney keeping the pressure alive for Bandits here. Stack Jam off the backboard. Vipers need a clear, and there it is. As it gets pinched all the way down to Bandit zone. Air Sweeney back in time for it. Stack Jam sends it out to the mid. I dug your grave, trying to put one on. His shot goes wide. Stack Jam can't get to the ball in time. Gonna get bumped by Bless there. Little Debbie gonna find a demo. Lore's shot gonna hit off the post. The crossbar. Blushade sends it away. Just trying to be annoying here to the Bandits as we get to the halfway point here of game number 2. Vipers still up by 1 here, Squirrel, and still honestly carrying a lot of the offensive momentum here.
Yeah, absolutely. And Viper's doing a great job of putting pressure on offense and being solid on defense. But I'll be honest with you, Psycho, I think the shooting from the Bandits really needs to improve. A lot of shots not on target, and one more on target shot would have been the difference in regulation last game.
Yeah, and it feels like we're seeing a slightly different Bandits here. I don't know if something's thrown off their game, or if Vipers are just playing that good that they're making a 10-6 team look this way. But we'll have to see as we wind down. Less than 2 minutes now on the clock. Air Sweeney off his own backboard, sends it past Little Debbie in the midfield, gets the block on Blessed as the ball floats in the midfield. Stack Jam gonna put one on. It's a little soft. Lore there for it. Sends it up to Blessed. Blessed puts it downfield. Sweeney makes the stop. But the ball's in the mid. Little Debbie's there with it. Little Debbie gonna stick, trying to get it in front of the net. It's there, and Blessed is there to finish the pass. Now Vipers are up by 3.
Yeah, Little Debbie doing a good job to control the ball and just stay behind it, getting a great 50 across the net, and Bless Shade there in the right spot to clean that one up. Put them up by 3, and with a minute and a half left, with the way Vipers has been playing, that might just be it for game number 2.
That may very well be it. And if oh my goodness, Lore with the carry pass all the way down to Bless Shade. What a beautiful display of team chemistry.
Blessed didn't have a great game 1, but is absolutely showing out in game 2 here with a hat trick already, 3 for 4 shooting, and credit to his teammates getting him the ball and letting him just put it on net and make a difference.
Most definitely, and if that third goal didn't seal the deal, that fourth goal definitely did. Not that it's not possible, but I don't know. The Vipers are just popping off right now. They've toggled at this point, and Blessed almost finding the back of the net yet again. but Doug with a good stop. Air Sweeney trying to find the back, but it's not going to work. Stack Jam there has a shot on net, but sends it wide. Lore sending it out to the midfield. Air Sweeney putting another one on. Blessed is there to get in front of it. Stack Jam into the corner. Little Debbie trying to make the stop. Doug keeping it alive for Bandits. I do like, though, here, Squirrel, I got to admit how even though the Bandits are down by 4, you can tell that they haven't let up. They haven't started playing any slower. As a matter of fact, they've started playing faster and a little bit better. So that's good to see that their mental states have remained positive.
Yeah, and they're gonna need it if they want a chance to reverse sweep here. As with 10 seconds left, that is gonna do it for game 2. But Bandits able to get one in, maybe build a little bit of momentum going into game 3, hoping to start this reverse sweep strong.
Yeah, and that's exactly what you need to. It's I would say reverse sweeping is like 80% mental and 20% like your game, because you know what you're doing you're competing at this level, you know what you're doing. You can go into autopilot and do what you need to do for the most part, but it's if you're too frustrated with yourself or if you're doubting yourself or any of that stuff, you're definitely not going to be able to pull out a reverse sweep. You have to be 100% confident that you can do it to do it.
Absolutely, and the important thing for Bandits is to just not stop. You got to keep putting the ball on target, keep putting it on, just take shots at their net, put Vipers in awkward positions. And at the end of the day, it just comes down to being able to hit that giant rectangle that is the net. Um, and I think if they can do that, they can win. They can win this and take it the distance. But Vipers looking strong. We'll see if they slack off at all, being up 2-0. But dude, the team that sitting there possibly out of playoffs is putting a number on this team that's already clinched.
And you love to see it. I would really love to be in the comms with Bandits right now to know if they're actually sweating here. If not that they need to be worried about a loss, but are they like, no, we need to do everything we can to win this, or have they already kind of said, we'll give it to them. It doesn't matter. It's not going to hurt our position. So still going to playoffs. We'll see what we can do. But
Yeah, it
oh,
doesn't.
sorry.
So I was just gonna say it doesn't necessarily hurt their chances at playoffs because they've already clinched. But a loss here is gonna hurt them in terms of being able to get that number 1 seed. I know that they were getting pretty close to Origin, but the Bandits losing here could put an end to all of that and make Origin's life a little bit easier.
That's true. Oh no, that was almost a disaster for the Bandits. Almost another own goal for Air Sweeney here in this, but he's going to turn it into a goal instead with the counter attack, and a good play from him.
Yeah, Air Sweeney, good ball control and good composure there with Lore barreling down on him. A good pop onto the target. Takes a 1 goal lead in game 3, and that has to be like fantastic for their mentality as they look to reverse sweep.
Oh yeah, that first goal in the reverse sweep is always the most tasteful one. I gotta say, well, I don't know, maybe the last one as well. The last goal that you score to seal the reverse sweep is pretty sweet as well. Blast trying to find a look, but gonna go all the way into the corner. Stack Jam gonna miss his clear opportunity. His team helps him out, gets it down. Lore with the awkward touch out to the mid. Little Debbie's there. Little Debbie again gets the touch and the demo on Air Sweeney. The ball bounces out of the corner of the Bandits. Gets cleared all the way back down to the Vipers zone. Air Sweeney gonna find a shot right there. Little Debbie not back in time to make the stop, and now the Bandits are up by 2.
Yeah, I'm gonna be real with you, Psycho. That was a really bad touch there by Lore. Sent it right back out to the offense and the wide open net. Easy for them to just bang home. As Air Sweeney, 2 for 2 in this game, having a great performance. And the Bandits on a roll.
They certainly are looking like the same Bandits from game number 1, but hopefully they will have switched up whatever it was that caused them to drop the 2-point lead in game 1. and able to secure a win here, push this thing into game 4, set themselves up for better chances at pulling off the reverse sweep. Oh my, that was almost a dirty redirect right there, but it's not gonna find the angle it needs to. And Doug, sticking with it, gets through. Bless off his own backboard. Bless gonna stick with it. Air Sweeney takes it off him and puts it off the Viper's backboard. Little Debbie trying to beat him there, but Doug gets it through and Bless sends it up. Lore to send it down. Little Debbie's there, but he can't find the ball. Bless Shade off the backboard. Little Debbie should stick with it, but Doug sends it all the way away. Air Sweeney off the backboard. Doug was there, but it goes high. And Vipers now trying to get a switch around here, trying to get the ball out of their zone, but Air Sweeney not interested in allowing that to happen. Bless Shade finally able to get it past the midway line. Little Debbie's going to put one off the backboard. Laura's there. He finds an awkward touch, leaves the ball awkward as the defender flies out. Stack Jam able to keep it away from the Vipers offender. With a minute 45 left here, Squirrel, Bandits doing a really good job here. I'm not sure if the Vipers have what it takes to get this lead back here in game number 3.
Yeah, the Bandits have really stepped it up a notch. Their touches are looking good. Their speed has improved, and they're just full sending at this point, trying to put as much pressure on the Vipers as they can. And the Vipers slowed down a little bit. Maybe it's the fact that they're up by 2, but their touches just haven't quite looked as precise in this one.
I could not agree more with you. It have been looking a little bit sloppy. Got to wonder if they're lacking because they know that they've got the win, or if they're just having one of the bad games. And this could be it. Doug is there, but he cannot get the open net there with the double. Blessed off his own backboard, gets it down to Lore, sends it out to the mid off a Blessed car again. But Doug sends it into the Vipers corner and gets a bump on Lore. The ball gets sent to the other corner for the Vipers, and now it's pinched to the midfield. Little Debbie waiting for it, but Doug gonna beat him to it. Bless has to 50 with Air Sweeney there. It's still in the Viper zone, still dangerous for the Vipers. It finally gets sent across midfield. Lore with a save, getting his savior medal. As the last 15 seconds wind down here, Squirrel, pretty much impossible at this point for the Vipers to get the win, but it's going to be 2-1, so they still got 2 more games to go ahead and close this series out on the Bandits.
Yeah, this game is definitely not, or this series is definitely not over, as Bandits still have hope, and being able to stop the Vipers from scoring at all is definitely a good sign for them. It proves to them that they can do it, and I think they're ready to push this into a game 5.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with that. They looked way better. They looked like they did in game number 1, but then they were able to just close the Vipers out. Whereas in game number 1, the Vipers were able to sort of find a kink in their armor and get under their skin, and then overturn it there in the overtime. But Bandits looking really strong right there, able to shut the Vipers down. And I'm super excited. I think that they can shut them down in game number 4 too, and push this thing into a game 5, especially since we're in the Forbidden Temple here. Okay, that's what I like to see.
Yeah, anything can happen on this map, so we're definitely in for a good game here, as it should be a little bit crazy. And I think Psycho, I think if Bandits can take this one, I think that gives them the advantage in game 5.
Hey, I would agree with that. I'd say that's probably pretty accurate. And we'll have to see if they're able to do just that, or if Vipers are able to go ahead and shut this down and get the W for this series and further their possible chances of getting a spot in the play-ins. And Little Debbie's up for that one, but Doug sends it away. Bless Shade keeping the pressure up for Vipers. Stack awkward and dangerous. Lore trying to find the back of the net, but Sweeney not letting it go through. Little Debbie's going to stick with it. This is dangerous for the Bandits as it's floating in front of their net. Air Sweeney misses. Bless Shade was backwards tries for the bicycle goal, but can't get it through the defender. Air Sweeney in the midfield sends it over. Laura's going to take it off the side. Laura with an awkward touch gets demoed, but his pass goes untouched by his teammates. Little Debbie's there trying to get it through, but Stack Jam with the good defense able to make that stop as Laura comes out of his own corner, sends it down. Little Debbie's up with it, but isn't able to find the touch he's looking for. Bless Shade trying to keep the pressure for Vipers. Bless Shade looking for the demo on Sweeney. Sweeney able to get past him. Little Debbie sending it out. Bless Shade with the save, but it's not enough as Stack Jam's going to find the back of the net. Bandits now with 3 unanswered goals since the Vipers have scored last.
Absolutely, and I think a lot of just soft, awkward touches there from the Vipers led to them getting scored on as Stack Jam just fielded the soft touch and put it back on net, and the defender just couldn't quite get there. And 1-0 up in Game 4, and the pressure is on the Bandits to perform.
And they are clutching up to that pressure. I gotta say they're doing quite a good job here. If they're able to pull off the reverse sweep, that is always something amazing. I know you know it is, Squirrel. Oh my, Little Debbie, not interested in letting that happen. I didn't really see what happened right there, but we got a tied ball game now.
Yeah, just another great infield pass from Lore. We saw it in Game 2 where he decided to go infield instead of the backboard, and it caught the Bandits off then, and it did it here in Game 4. So maybe they take that and put it in their memory banks as Bless Shade off the kickoff. A quick turnaround and a quick way to take the lead.
And it's looking like Vipers decided they wanted to play from Game 1 again. They're not going to get shut out this time. They equalized it, and then they took the lead. And with 3 minutes left on the clock, though, Bandits, plenty of time to equalize things here, possibly even take the lead back from the Vipers and keep themselves alive. The Vipers look to get the match point here and shut this game down and walk home with the W. And not be pretty much completely eliminated from playoff contention. As Lore not able to control the ball there in the corner. Air Sweeney putting one down. Lore on the backboard, trying to take it slow, but Stack's going to take it away from him. Doug's up there with them. Doug almost finding a fantastic angle. Sweeney trying to clean it up, but not able to get it through Blessed. Little Debbie waiting on the backboard for Doug. He's going to take it away from him. Little Debbie trying to stick with it, trying to get it through. He does, but it gets pinched all the way across. Lore ready for it. Lore putting it in front of the net, but Doug getting it away from Bandit's net. Stack gets it past Bless to clear it out. Stack sticking with it. Little Debbie stops him from continuing his push. Bless Shade with another save there. The double comes out for the Vipers, but they're not going to get punished as the ball gets cleared with 1:37 seconds left on the clock here. Vipers still up by 1, Squirrel, and not looking like they're gonna relinquish this lead anytime soon.
Yeah, once the Vipers get rolling, they are tough to stop. But Bandits having a good game this one, and they've had chances, and just a weak touch there shuts that chance down, and a counterattack opportunity, but sent away nicely. But you know, if any team's gonna do it, if any team's gonna come back from this deficit, it's gonna be the Bandits, Psycho.
And we'll see if they're able to in the final 60 seconds of the game. This is crucial, not necessarily for the rest of their season, but for this series. If they lose here, they go home with the loss to their record. But remember, Bandits have already clinched a spot in the playoffs, so a loss here isn't going to mean much in that regard. However, Vipers need this win to stay alive and stay possibly looking at a spot in the plans. In the final 30 seconds here, they're still up by 1, not looking at taking a loss. Air Sweeney going to get it in front of the net. Stack Jam's there, but he can't find a good enough cut to get it back to the net. Blessed going to take it up to Little Debbie. little bit of a miscommunication there, but they get it through the defense in the midfield. Sweeney putting it infield. Doug off the backboard. Stack Jam gonna tie things up with 3 seconds left on the clock.
Yeah, great way to get everyone on the team involved. Stack Jam puts it in, but Sweeney started it off to Doug. Doug to Stack. Stack ties it up with 3 seconds left, and that is the clutch factor that these bandits have.
And that is the Forbidden Temple classic maneuver right there. We move into overtime. The only thing I'm expecting now is to see Bandits get this win and push this game number 5 onto the Vipers, forcing both of these teams to absolutely play their best. As Air Sweeney's going to put it off the backboard. Stack Jam's there, but Bless Shade able to make the stop and send it into the Vipers' corner. Doug not done yet with the offense. As Lore, oh no, Air Sweeney gets it past everybody and gets the win and pushes the game 5.
Lore misses the flick, and both of his teammates expected some sort of touch on that one, but it doesn't come to fruition as that ball just gets put past all 3 defenders to send this one into game 5. Vipers, now the pressure is on them as the Bandits are looking for the reverse sweep.
Now the pressure is on. Vipers absolutely need this win if they want their season to not be pretty much over. Bandits still hanging on by a thread, almost getting swept. Now looking at finishing out the reverse sweep. Wow, that game right there, though, I gotta say that was a Forbidden Temple game, like through and through.
Absolutely, it was definitely a roller coaster with Bandits taking the lead, and then quickly the Vipers took it over and held it for everything except for 3 seconds. OT, Bandits win game 5 with a reverse sweep on the line. And like I said before, if it goes to 5, I think the Bandits have the momentum in it.
Yeah, and I can't disagree with you there. As they've won the last 2 in a row. Luckily for the Vipers, they were able to actually find 2 goals in that last one, because in game number 3 they were completely shut down. But oh my, what a pass play coming from the Bandits!
Yeah, Little Debbie not able to get the double touch, and Doug taking a leaf out of the Vipers book, sends that one midfield or infield instead of the backboard, and Stack Jam bangs it home.
Good play from them, and the early lead for the Bandits. 4 minutes 33 seconds left on the clock. Little Debbie gets it past 1, but can't get it past Doug in the midfield. The ball gets sent to the other side of the field. Stack Jam pops it up. Lore going up, but comes down, misses his touch. Stack Jam gonna get the bump on Bless Shade, and looking like the ball was not touched by quite a few people, and it's just kind of awkwardly bouncing. But Bless Shade gets a weird touch, pops it up. This could be dangerous for the Vipers. Lore getting boxed out, nobody back. I'm not sure what happened right there, but there was a whole bunch of weird stuff that looked like prospect moment after prospect moment.
Yeah, that box out was huge as it puts the Vipers defense in an awkward position, and they were just able to pop it over the guy that had to challenge and put it in, and they're up by 2. And I don't think I've seen the Bandits really blow a lead as they go up by 3, and the Vipers absolutely demoralized right now.
Yeah, that is not what you love to see if you're a Vipers fan or one of the 3 Vipers currently on the field. 4 minutes left, yeah, but 3 goals is such a mountain to climb. And we'll see if they are able to do it here, or if the Bandits have already clutched up this win here in game number 5. As Lore takes control of the ball. Air Sweeney going to take it away from Little Debbie, helping him out in the backfield, but Stack is there. The Bandits just being so suffocating right now to the Vipers, not allowing them to get the ball out. Bless Shade going to find it off the sidewall, sends it down, but Doug not letting it in front of the Bandits' net. Sweeney going to put one on the net. Nobody from Vipers back, and that is 4 goals now for the Bandits.
The Bandits are rolling right now. 4 goals in just over a minute and a half. The pressure was on the Vipers because they were facing a reverse sweep, and it's looking like they crumbled under it as the Bandits up by 4 with a very slim chance of letting that slip.
I gotta tip my hat to the Bandits right now. Oh my, yeah, that is painful.
Yeah, Doug just full field clear. Sweeney smart enough not to touch that one. A 5 goal game, and it's one of those things where it's like it's too ugly to look away.
Yeah, yeah, and I gotta tip my hats to the Bandits as I know how hard it can be, one, to just pull off a reverse sweep, but two, to pull out a reverse sweep on stream. The extra nerves and stuff like that. You really got to get inside your own head and sort of put all that stuff out of your mind. But I feel so bad for the Vipers right now. One, being a Viper alumni, and then two, having been reverse swept before. It is very, very hard thing, very hard pill to swallow, if you will, Squirrel.
Yeah, it definitely doesn't feel good, especially because the Vipers, pretty much their playoff hopes are out of their hands. The prospect league is just going to have to collapse around them if they want a chance to make playoffs at this point, because not only do they have to win out, but everyone that they're in contention with has to lose, because I don't think they hold the tiebreakers over very many teams. But bless Shade, with a little bit of hope, 2 minutes left, gets their first goal.
I mean, I'm not gonna say it's impossible because it's definitely not impossible. 4 goals in 2 minutes and 15 seconds, definitely possible. If we see the Vipers from game number 2, I'd say I think they might have something here. I think if it's see, it might be possible. Bless Shade coming in, getting 2 goals back to back. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I mean, I guess we can't count them out now because 5 goals with 3 minutes sounds a lot worse than 3 goals with 2 minutes. So there's a chance. There's a chance.
But they gotta keep the goals coming in quick succession. They can't lose any momentum. 2 minutes sounds like a lot of time, but it's not a lot of time. It is a lot of time, but it's not a lot of time. It's one of those duality situations where it feels like forever until it's gone. But Sweeney putting one on. No, that's not what you want to see if you're on the Vipers side of things. And they're gonna find another one barred down skis. What a good shot from Sweeney.
Delaney has just popped off 4 goals, 5 shots, 547 score in this game alone, putting the Bandits on his back, making the reverse sweep happen. Oh, what an absolute showing from him.
Yeah, I fully agree. One of the key players for the Bandits here in this game, or in this series at least. If not, I wouldn't be surprised to find that he's been one of the key players the entire season. And a good save from Vipers there. It's good to see that they haven't given up all hope yet. It's a minute 23 seconds left on the clock. Still, technically, they have enough time to get 4 goals. They're going to have to start getting the ball away from Bandits a little bit more here and not allowing stuff like that, as Doug is going to block their attempt to defend. Lore pops it up to the midfield. Blessed is there. Blessed going to put one on, but Doug with the easy save. Little Debbie sending it out of the corner. Sweeney sends it back. Blessed again off the backboard. Doug pops it up. This could be something here for the Vipers as Lord puts it off the backboard. Little Debbie gonna double there with Blessed, but not gonna be detrimental for him here in the final 30 seconds of the game. Squirrel. It's looking like it's all but a wrap here for the Vipers.
Yeah, and the Vipers not able to get a whole lot going as Blessed Shade, 2 goals, 4 shots. But other than that, nothing offensive wise from his teammates in terms of the shooting department. And, Doug only had to make one save this game. No one else on his team has a save. So, the offense just wasn't there that we saw in games 1 and 2 from the Vipers, and I think that made all the difference and allowed the Bandits to take this one in such a commanding fashion.
Yeah, and congratulations to the Bandits on that reverse sweep right there. What a spectacular showing. Love to see it. Vipers with the harsh loss right there, all but putting them out of the playoff and play-in contention. It's pretty much like you said, Scroll, out of their hands at this point. They just got to hope that everybody else starts to fall apart around them. But Bandits, what a show from them. Holy moly. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is going to pretty much, we're running a little bit behind. So we're going to wrap things up here real quick. Squirrel, as always, I appreciate you joining me here in the booth. It's always a pleasure to cast side by side with you.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me, and thanks for allowing me to be your color in such an exciting game. As you know, we're getting ready to wrap up the regular season next week, and we hope to see these teams again. We for sure will see Bandits again, and maybe things will fall in line for Vipers, and we'll get to see them as well.
Yeah, and either way, we got a lot of juicy content coming up. We're going to take a quick break right here, just a few minutes if you need to use the bathroom or get something to drink or a snack. Whenever we come back, we're going up to the Titan League, to the big boys. We got the Bananas, who have an 8-5 record, going up against the Lions, also with an 8-5 record. So there's going to be some deciding factors from this game. It's going to be juicy. You don't want to miss this action. We'll be right back.